That's the part everyone assumes is a lie, but it isn't. On Harmony Station, doors slide open automatically when you're authorized, and after 6 months living with an alien roommate, I was authorized for almost everything. Almost. The door hissed softly as it slid aside, and my brain needed a full second to process what my eyes were seeing. I froze in the doorway.
So did she.
Valeth, my alien friend, cultural liaison of the Keshri Union, and the being most responsible for changing my understanding of the galaxy, turned slowly toward me. She was halfway through adjusting her outer mantle, iridescent fabric draped loosely over her shoulders, her bioluminescent skin glowing faintly in patterns I'd never seen before. Her eyes widened. Mine probably did too. Neither of us spoke. Then, very calmly, she said, "Human Daniel, this is not the correct door." "I can see that," I said, already backing away. "I am so sorry. So incredibly sorry. I thought this was the maintenance alcove." "It is not," she confirmed. "I'm leaving," I said. "I'm already gone." I turned so fast I nearly collided with the bulkhead behind me. The door slid shut with a quiet hiss, sealing me off from the most awkward moment of my life. I leaned my forehead against the cool metal wall and groaned. 6 months of peaceful coexistence. 6 months of interspecies trust. And I ruined it by opening the wrong door. Harmony Station was humanity's proudest experiment in coexistence. Orbiting a neutral star at the crossroads of 3 major trade routes, it was designed as a shared habitat for dozens of species. Humans were still newcomers, curious, adaptable, and watched carefully by older civilizations that had seen promising species self-destruct before. I was there as a systems analyst, maintaining shared infrastructure. Valeth was there as a cultural observer, assigned to live among humans to better understand us. Somehow, we ended up sharing a modular living unit. At first, it was awkward. She was taller than me, her posture straight and precise, her movements graceful in a way that felt deliberate. Her species, the Keshri, were semi-bioluminescent, their skin reacting subtly to emotional states. When she was curious, faint gold patterns rippled across her arms. When annoyed, the light dimmed. When amused, though, soft blue. I learned that quickly. She learned about humans just as fast. Our humor, our music, our tendency to form emotional attachments to objects and places. We talked late into station night cycles, sharing stories, debating ethics, laughing at misunderstandings. She became my friend, which is why opening that door felt catastrophic. We didn't speak for the rest of the day. That alone was terrifying. Valeth was usually precise, composed, and communicative. Silence from her wasn't anger, it was processing. And that somehow felt worse. I replayed the moment over and over in my head. Had I violated a cultural taboo? Had I insulted her? Had I accidentally committed an offense punishable under Keshri law? By station evening, I couldn't take it anymore. I knocked on her door. "Yes," she said, her voice neutral. Can we talk?" I asked. There was a pause. Then the door slid open. She was fully dressed now, her mantle arranged perfectly, posture composed. But her bioluminescence was unfamiliar. Not anger. Not calm. Uncertainty. "I did not expect you to initiate this conversation," she said. "I didn't expect to open that door," I replied. "Valeth, I swear, I wasn't trying to invade your privacy. I didn't know. I should have checked." "Daniel," she interrupted gently. "I believe you." I blinked. "You do?" "Yes," she said. "Humans are many things. Deliberately deceptive in such matters is not one of them." "That might be the nicest thing anyone said about us," I muttered. She tilted her head slightly, a Keshri gesture of contemplation. However, she continued, this incident has revealed a significant cultural oversight. Of course it has, I sighed. The oversight, it turned out, was clothing. Or, more specifically, the concept of privacy surrounding it. Among the Keshri, physical form was not considered inherently private. Their bodies changed subtly throughout their lives, patterns shifting with age, experience, emotional development. Concealment was practical, not moral. You do not associate vulnerability with exposure? I asked. No, Valeth said. We associate vulnerability with intent. She explained that Keshri attire was worn to signal role, environment, and emotional readiness, not modesty. Being seen without it was no more intimate than being seen without gloves. Humans, apparently, were confusing. You associate meaning with accidental observation, she said.
Guilt.
Embarrassment. Assumed desire. Yeah, I said. We're a mess. She considered that. Yet you apologized, she said. Immediately. Repeatedly. Well, yeah, I said. Because I care about your comfort. Her bioluminescence brightened slightly. That, she said, is significant. The middle of the story didn't happen all at once. It unfolded over weeks. The incident triggered a formal cultural review. Harmony Station administrators got involved. Anthropologists asked questions. Keshri elders requested clarification. Valeth and I found ourselves unexpectedly at the center of a larger conversation about human behavior. How did the human respond? They asked her. With discomfort, she replied, followed by accountability. That puzzled them. Why would a species feel shame over an accident? Why would they prioritize another's emotional state over their own status? I was interviewed too. I explained that humans draw invisible lines, boundaries shaped by history, emotion, and social context. That crossing them unintentionally still mattered. That respect wasn't about rules, it was about care. Some aliens found that inefficient. Others found it compelling. Meanwhile, Valeth and I continued living together. Something had changed, but not for the worse. Our conversations grew deeper. We talked about consent, intention, and why humans obsessed over awkward moments like they were moral failures instead of learning experiences. You punish yourselves harshly, she observed one night. Only when we think we've hurt someone, I said. And yet, she said, you still choose to engage again. Because avoiding people doesn't fix things, I replied. She was quiet for a long time. The breaking point came during a council session. A senior Keshri delegate proposed new regulations restricting shared habitation with humans. Their emotional volatility creates unnecessary complications, they argued. Valeth stood. I object, she said. The chamber fell silent. She spoke of trust, of accountability, of a human who made a mistake and did not hide from it. Humans do not pretend perfection, she said. They confront failure and attempt repair. The delegate scoffed. Sentiment. No, Valeth replied. Adaptation. She requested permission to continue her assignment, to continue living with a human. The vote passed narrowly. The ending came quietly, like most meaningful things do. Weeks later, I stood outside her door again, this time deliberately knocking. Yes, she said. Maintenance check, I said. I wanted to make sure the authorization panels were updated. She smiled faintly. You are more cautious now. Learn my lesson, I said. She stepped aside, allowing me in. As I worked, she watched me thoughtfully.